Hello everybody, and welcome back to, well, what is supposed to be our co-op campaign with Sotek. I did message him. I hope he's doing okay. Haven't heard back yet, so I think for now I'm just gonna wait like, say, 5-ish or so minutes before we decide what to do instead if Sotek doesn't show up. But I was kind of thinking about it. We could probably start our Malachi McKyson campaign, because judging from the current poll that's going on, he is very, very far ahead of everybody else. Let's see. Another possible trailer session with Kiwi? That would have been awesome, Lich. Unfortunately, I think in 30 minutes from now, Kiwi's going to head off to work, so yeah, that wouldn't be possible. Vote trailer with Kiwi, yeah. Sorry, my dudes. Kiwi's not available today, unfortunately. If she was, I totally would have made that the option. Because I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed that. And speaking of, I still need to edit down that one particular video. Or one particular stream into a video, I should say. And find some time real soon to get Kiwi into Warhammer 3 and stuff. Then after that, 40k too. We can make that an entire series. Who knows? Elden Ring? Battletech? Live react to some lore videos? I mean, yeah, I could do that as well. Sotek would probably be okay with me learning about some lore from the Lorehammer streams, yeah? Check out Sigvald's magnificent speech? Actually, you know what? Since it's been requested so much, I might as well, to be honest. I kind of wanted to like see it in-game, but I have no idea when the Sigvald campaign will ever, well, if it'll ever happen actually. So let me just open this up. Where is it? Okay, Sigvald, oh, that's like the second option. Sigvald the magnificent speech. Give me 1 second while I ready up the scene. Two thoughts on having to play Malachi? A little bit concerned. I don't really know any of the mechanics about the dwarves at all. But I am kind of excited as well because I do know that Malachi's campaign is pretty fun. Especially with all the references to the Godric and Felix stuff. Or their adventures that we saw during the showcase, was it? For the Thrones of Decay Legendary Lords. Should that... Is this it? I believe this should be the correct one. Yeah? Switch over? This is the correct one, yeah? It's on the Total War channel page, so I would hope so. They got their mechanics changed recently anyway, so people are still figuring them out. I see. I think there's like an entire formation or whatever, where you can actually just like block artillery fire too. And I've never played an army that has a formation that you can change. I think the cavalry units for Bretonia have something like that. And potentially Cathay. I could be wrong though. So glad he's in the game. He's such a fun and interesting character. From what I've heard, same. I should really like listen to the audiobooks when I have the time. Unfortunately, time does not grow on trees. Alright, let's take a look at this. Wait, let me do a quick audio check. Because this could be loud.
Sega.
Well, yeah. Sega is very loud. At least it shouldn't have blown out your ears. Let me... Actually, that should be fine. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Is that okay, my dudes? Just let me know. Let me also check. Is it playing on the correct... Yep, it should be on the right track. Yes? Okay, cool, cool. Let's do this. Prince Sigvald the Magnificent's magnificent speech. Of course they gotta double up on it.
Sickly, sinful spectacles stand, shuffle, shamble, and saunter shamelessly in mine scandalized sight. I suggest a solution. Surely such sedition should sour and succumb to Sigvald, the salacious, scandalous, and sensational servant of Slanesh, son of Succubi, scion of sordid acts and slayer of squalid serfs.
What the heck? Is he okay? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let this play out. Let's see this whole...
Swagger and swerve, spin, slash, and stab at stupid, senseless scum. Soon they shall swoon, shall seek solace and death from sundry torments, wrought on them by my strategic, severing, scintillating shower of shimmering strikes. Send for the sword! Summon Sliver Slash!
Sliver Slash. I guess that's his legendary weapon, yeah? Who thought of that? Or is that like an actual speech that he does in the lore? That's a lot of S's, man. Oh my god. Where is Sotek? That is a great question, last old one. I think Sotek could potentially still be asleep, or maybe something happened on his end. Don't know. But yeah, it is past the 5-minute mark, so give me 1 second as I go and change the title of this stream. I don't want to be clickbaiting people into this. Great speech too, they made that up for the game. Ah, I see. I don't really know too much about Sigvald, but I'm going to assume that that kind of speech would perfectly fit his personality. Yo, what's up, Jake? Very likely he might be asleep. He was probably playing Final Fantasy very, very late into the night, yeah. So I think instead what we will be doing is, live reacting to lore. There we go. Live reacting to Warhammer lore. And probably change it from Total War Warhammer 3. Don't think we're going to be playing that today. See? There we go. I'll probably come up with something a bit more interesting as the title later on. Close that. Alrighty. Sotek is in the hearts of all true believers of the sacred snake. He's always here with us. He'll never leave. Okay. I guess, what what should we do? Let's see, Sotek's channel. Because a lot of his podcasts are super, super long, but they're so incredibly informative. We did just watch Sigvald, so maybe we could do that. Searching right here probably isn't going to do me much good. Let's see the playlist. Sigvald is old, over 300, and complete narcissist to the point his armor can never get dirty and allows him to regenerate. Oh, I see. This lasts until the end times where the incompetent writers forgot he had those abilities. Well, of course they did. There are so many things that were forgotten during the end times. The one that sticks in my mind was the one where one of the dwarven leaders got backstabbed by the Skaven, a Skaven assassin, even though there's specifically runes on his armor or whatever, or on the door itself to make sure that never happens, but it did. A Reggie video? It's a Warhammer day. Oh. If you're recommending like a RimWorld video or whatever that is, or maybe like one of his Kenshi videos, I think I'll check that out eventually. I am kind of interested in that because so many people have been talking about it, but I have no idea what those games are. Literal son of Slanesh, and probably the only follower Slanesh isn't an asshole. Well, it kind of comes with the territory, right? If you're going to be worshipping Slanesh, you're going to be excessive in something. So, I guess Sigvald is his excessive ego for his own beauty. Shadows of Doubt? Yeah, I haven't heard of that at all. Personal God all wear reflective armor so he can admire his own reflection. Dang, dude. The ray tracing on that must be insane. Okay. Lord Beard podcast. So, actually, do you guys have any particular recommendations? If it's something from Sotek's channel or any other Warhammer channels that we've taken a look at? ROR in the game? I mean, it's cool that they're in the game. They kind of have to be if they're, like, that iconic within the lore. The End Times took a Chaos Champion whose power is he's literally immortal and always comes back to life after he dies, and permanently killed him by just going, he's dead for real this time. Isn't that lovely? Sigvald isn't an asshole is kind of an overstatement. In what kind of way, Heaven? Mirgard are there to say Mr. President Duck? Well, at least they can do one thing right. That's probably their entire purpose. And I'm assuming that they're very glad to be there. Bloodline DLC proposal. I don't have any other preferences. Find his reaction to Immortal Empire's trailer hilarious. He broke each scene down, made a 5-minute trailer last an hour. Actually, that would be very interesting to see. Like, let's see. Immortal. Oh, it's one of the search results, actually. Is it this one? I cried, a loving celebration of Warhammer Fantasy as patch 2.4 arrives. Is this it? Their shields are literal mirrors so Sig can look at himself at any angle. Yeah, I believe so. The man is incredible.
Hello everyone, Lore Master of Sotek here, and I've got some pretty exciting stuff for you guys today. As I'm sure you've probably seen, because everyone's probably posting about it.
Okay, actually, let me try and fix the audio here a little bit. I do have a limiter on it, which is kind of clipping the audio, so the audio might not be at a good quality for you guys. Let me test this out.
Creative Assembly has sent out some information regarding patch 2.4. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my live reaction, digging into it with all of you guys at the same time. That way we can all enjoy it together, and hopefully it'll be something really, really cool and exciting.
Okay,
this
should be good.
patch, a little unusually, comes with a movie. It's a little 3-minute film that we're going to watch together.
Wait, a little 3-minute film? How long is this video again? Okay, let's see.
So hopefully it'll be really fun and exciting. I don't know what's in it. I literally haven't bothered getting any information. I just got the stuff and we're doing it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this and see what awaits us for patch 0.4. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this patch, so see what we've got coming down the chute. I'm assuming this is not a DLC route.
Storm clouds gather.
Already pogging?
Orders are beset by evil, both mundane and immortal.
Daniel Archaon and Sigvald?
How long can we withstand this onslaught?
I remember watching this trailer, and at the time, I didn't really have any context to any of the characters that appeared here. I was just like, oh damn, this looks really, really good. It's like such a step up from the previous Warhammer trailers.
Oh, the music!
We must form an alliance. We either die alone,
Thorgrim?
or survive together.
I concur.
Holy shit, they're talking
This
to each
threat
other.
is beyond any of us. With the Azur's guidance,
This is just another Algates game. Oh, I see many leaders here, but you even speak for your people.
High King, this is not the time for short-sightedness.
Short? There'll be no.
It's so great that they get triggered every single time. Like, no matter what the context. Short? Stubby? Small? Well, I guess I'm going to have to roleplay a little bit and make some jokes here and there during the Malachi McKeising campaign.
Alliance with elves while I'm High King.
Oh my god, Thorgrim!
Only a reckoning.
Now's not the time!
Archaon.
That's a good shot. Oh no! Oh, go check and Felix versus Scarbrand! Oh,
Heck yeah, dude.
Rip kiss left. Oh my god!
Okay, let me lower the volume down a little bit. Sotek has mixed the cinematic trailer even louder than his own voice. 1 second. There we go. Wulfric conquering Cathay. How far does Wulfric have to go to get to Cathay? Or actually, he could probably just use a sea lane.
Holy shit!
Enough! We must not be blinded by our own need for power. This is the moment. Your choices will decide the fate of this world.
Oh man. This trailer becomes so much better once you like actually know about these characters and the game. Yeah, I can completely understand why Sotek is like absolutely pogging, but he probably has an even stronger reaction because he's been like so enamored with the lore of the game for a long time. And I'm just kind of getting into it. Thank you so very much for the super chat, Warzag. Not that long of a journey, sea lanes, a magic boat, so you wouldn't really be bothered anyway. I see. Teleporting longship. Oh. So it's like a unique faction ability for him, I guess. Longship plows through the enemy and then they disappear through another portal. Oh. Oh, I think I've seen that before. It was like a spell that's been used ever since like Total War Warhammer, yeah? And also one of the reasons why you should never like line up your units in one straight line. Because I've seen plenty of people get destroyed in multiplayer matches that way.
And all that inhabit it. Make the right one.
I have massive chills. That wasn't what?
Oh, the Chaos Dwarves.
Chaos Dwarves! Chaos Dwarves! Chaos Dwarves! Chaos Dwarves! Chaos Dwarves! Chaos Dwarves! Oh my god, it's finally here! Oh my fucking god! Dude, what the fuck? So, okay. So we have a Chaos Dwarf teaser with an Immortal Empires movie? Dude, this felt like the fucking intro to like a Netflix series.
I would say it was basically like the Avengers Assemble. All the Order factions fighting against the Chaos factions. Oh man, it's such a good trailer. Warhammer has had so many good trailers. Yo, what's up, Ambi? Many people want him to act like Oxyotl, but for Order factions? He does not in the game though, but in lore he should. Oh, interesting. So it's a lore thing, which I guess makes sense because they're more like the Viking faction. So yeah, having a teleporting boat would be very useful for them. Eurydian's How to Play the Lizardman video has 1 million views, a classic? I don't believe I have, Dino Nut. Someone reacted to this, so it's a triple reaction. Reacception! This is peak content on YouTube.
My God, this was so well done. Oh my, okay. Let's start with the Chaos Dwarf stuff. Okay, so we've got Chaos Dwarfs. Okay, so we're in some kind of forge. Maybe Zarzan. Oh my God, look how good it looks. Like you have all the machinery and the sparks and gears and chains and raining down.
There's always something awesome to like see somebody really passionate about something that they love. I just love looking at that. That's why I love watching reactions, man. It just gets me so hyped, even though I probably can never appreciate Warhammer as much as Sotek does. Yo, what's up, Argoth? Missing Sotek? No, yeah, Sotek's right here on screen. I need someone to look at me and smile the way Zero looks at Sotek. I appreciate them, man. Like all the lore masters, like even outside of Warhammer, just people who love the thing that they love so much that they want to share it with everybody and make them love it too, you know? Someday I hope I can be somebody like that, but it's gonna take a long time, man. I remember when I was excited as him for things I like. Yeah, I kind of get that. That spark kind of goes away over time. But I guess it is important to try and maintain it, to kind of keep that inner child within us all, you know? It helps us appreciate life more. Oh, don't want to get a bit too deep there. Book of Troyer makes 10 out of 10 lore vids too. I love the Book of Troyer videos. I should react to more of them, to be honest with you. The latest one I reacted to was the origin of the Skaven, I believe. And that one was incredible. Yeah, just the atmosphere, as well as the narration. Yeah. I was actually taking a look at the Book of Troyer's video on the Vlad von Karstein and the Vampire Bloodlines, so I might check that one out. What do you mean, partial?
Down shit.
He looks like a lizardman to
and
me.
There's just orc and goblin slaves everywhere. Oh, look at the Chaos Dwarf. Look at him. Oh, he's got the scale mail. I wonder if this is can't remember if it's called black shard armor or dark shard armor, but that must be what this is. It's like it's one of the really superior. God, look at his design. Looks I love the scale armor. That's a really nice design. Dude. There's specifically a name for this, and Sotek remembers the armor. I wish we could see his face. You can kind of see a little bit of what looks like a halberd or an axe. Definitely probably like a halberd of some kind. I wonder if this is a special character. It doesn't look like any of the legendary lords that I can think of. None of them wield a halberd and also have like, because this guy looks more like some kind of overseer or like slave master or something. Like this looks like a boss in charge of this particular operation, as opposed to like a big bad. What the did y'all see that? Wait,
Chaos Dwarves have very iconic armor. If you played well before this game, it's easily identifiable on sight. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, like on the tabletop, playing it, you probably already know the stuff. Also, since it's just Sotek talking now mostly, let's bump that up a little bit. Apologies. A lot of audio bouncing going on.
You can see there's an orc, like, throwing a goblin into the lava. Watch. Whatever. What's a goblin? It made that orc feel better. It helped him get through his work day. We all sometimes wish we could do that to our coworkers. That oh my god.
Honestly, true. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
This is so okay. So Chaos Dwarves, 100% confirmed, 100% undeniably, beyond any threat of a doubt, confirmed.
Yeah.
There's no more. It is Dawizar time. The children of Hashit are on their way.
Is that what they're called? Dawizar?
So we now know for a fact that
Because Dawi is
April,
dwarf, right?
We are finally
Oh, the dwarves.
getting the Chaos Dwarf DLC that everyone has wanted since Total War was announced. Oh my sweet baby Jesus. So Chaos Dwarfs confirmed in April. Because Rich Aldridge already came out and said that they're releasing the next race pack in April. And it was confirmed by the devs that they meant it is releasing in April. Not that it's being revealed in April, but it's releasing in April. So that means we're probably going to get the actual trailer for it. I would guess probably in
Zar's
like
Fire.
a month.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because usually they like to have like 4-ish weeks of build up to release. So I would ballpark it for somewhere around a month from now is when we'll finally get the first big juicy trailer for the Chaos Dwarfs. So I'm very excited. But I mean, dude, everything about this is so fucking incredible. Like, oh my gosh, I am feeling very emotional right now. Like, just it's the Council of Light, dude. This is
The Council of Light. I suppose this particular gathering of leaders is something that has happened within the lore, which is being represented here. Because I had thought it was just like you get all the order factions and you just line up the legendary lords that are going to be in the game, and then you have them talk in this like scenario. Not really? Okay. Dawi means family or kin. So in their case, it's Dawizar because Zar Nagrund is their main city. Oh. Their new official name, however, is Drathzar. Gotcha. Raki? Oh, that's why the guy in Vermintide keeps talking about Raki. Yeah. Or I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it particularly. Cathay got kecked in its entirety. What? Dwarfen word for badly made and Dwarfen word for human made are the same word. Oh, well, of course it is. I mean, the humans can't make anything as good as the dwarves, right? Yeah, obviously.
such a fucking cool callback. So in the Storm of Chaos, which is not like the end times we got, it was the end times before the end times.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
the retcon version. At the end of 6th edition, there was this event called the Storm of Chaos where all of the big bads basically teamed up to attack the world, and all of the good guys basically teamed up to fight back. And there was like a whole bunch of stuff that happened, but Karl Franz called an alliance of all of the like major civilizations within the old world called the Council of Light. And the Council of Light was basically them all getting together and trying to agree on an alliance between mainly the dwarves, the elves, and men. Obviously, like Bretonia showed up or had some people there, but this is like such a cool callback to that. But it's even better because there's all these extra races here with Kislev and Cathay like having actual representatives.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of maybe based off of the thing that happens in Storms of Chaos, but it is also just a lineup of all the new like order factions that will show up in the game. Gotcha. The end times are Umgak? I probably mispronounced that. Honestly, since I'm going to be playing Malachi, I probably have to learn some of the dwarf lingo. Where's Sotek today? Good question. I do not know. I have messaged him. I don't know if he'll show up later on, but for now, this is what we've got. Oh, 1 second. Let me check DMs. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. Just something else. Trio went super cray-cray. Malekith leads all the elves and Dwarf King Thorgrim were on the mountains. Also, Karl was dead. Is that what happened in Storms of Chaos? I don't know too much about it. It's just that a lot of things got retconned because it ended in a way that GW didn't enjoy.
So we could see who all is here. So we see, okay, so there's Albrecht de Bordelot, Lewin Lanker's here.
Albrecht was the guy we were talking about last time with the Sotek, right? He's the Bretonnian lord with the trident on his shield, but unfortunately he's kind of generic and doesn't really have too much lore. That's overly interesting. Or, well, no, he does have lore, but he's kind of just generic in the game. Yeah. He's the most generic lord of the game. Yeah, okay. Doesn't have a unique model. Ah, yeah, that's right, because he has the same model as basically any generic lord you can hire for Bretonnia, but he does have I guess a unique head, at the very least, model there. Who knows?
Balthazar Gelt's in the back. We know Thorgrim is here off to the
Supreme.
side. We've got dwarf lords, dwarf rune lords. We got some Hunts Martial generals in the background. Witch hunter.
Oh yeah.
Looks like
I didn't even notice that in the background. That's awesome. Literally trident instead of a sword. Oh yeah, he wields the trident, but I think the symbol for his faction is a trident. They added it years later in an update. Oh, okay. They mentioned above happened in End Times, not Storm of Chaos. Oh, gotcha. It just sucked because GW ignored the whole games played decide the outcome promise. It does suck, yeah. When the company says one thing and then they take it back because they don't like the outcome.
Yeah, we got some other wizards. There's a Heavens Wizard and a Bright Wizard back with Gelt, probably representing the colleges.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a High Elf.
There's a Bright
Lord,
Wizard right there.
Or Noble, whatever, King, Prince. Looks like he's kind of with a Caledonian Prince as well. And then the Cathayans, there's an Astromancer here with a...
There's specifically Caledonian Prince. I think that would relate to Imric, right? Are they like a separate High Elf faction in and of themselves? Like, I know that they start not on the donut, so there's that, maybe. I had always assumed that it was just like an Immortal Empires thing, or maybe they were off on a particular mission. Because I know that Imric has a lot to do with dragons, and that's also kind of where some of the memes about like him and Miao Ying kind of show up there.
Lord Magistrate and a Shukagon Lord, and then there's an Ice Witch accompanying a Boyar. So like every major order race that is not that it like tends to get involved in like major diplomacy has arrived. Oh my god, this is so badass. And then we have Kazrak. So we have Kazrak the One Eye attacking the Empire. So you could see this just
Actually, I think this is in the background here. It's actually one of the maps you can get in Warhammer 3. Caledonians are just super prideful martial people, even for elves, and they really want to go back to the glory days. Oh, okay. There's not enough dragons left. They used to all ride dragons in Ages Past, but their unit in the actual game, they ride horses. Sad, bro. Dowie Dwarf. Thagoraki is Skaven. Umgak is poorly made, human made, and Donglet is groin. Yeah, the last one is the most important one. Gotcha.
Absolutely incredible clip of... So you have Kazrak attacking the Empire with just like this totally boned cities in the background.
I'm guessing that's
Look
a statue of Sigmar.
There are. And then we've got Grimgor Ironhide leading a mass swarm of greenskins. Oh, look
Daniel,
at that.
Sigvald, and Archaon.
Oh, so here we see Kislev is under attack by Archaon, Sigvald, and Daniel, which seeing those three work together, like, holy shit.
How long can
and here you can...
Yeah, I had no idea until I watched Kleeper's video that the Chaos factions could like beat each other up and then confederate each other that way. I don't think you can really do it through diplomacy, or maybe you can also do it through diplomacy. That's Kislev every Tuesday. Yeah, it is Sigmar? Okay, cool. Karl's hammer is Galmaraz. The Warhammer is made for Sigmar by the dwarves and has been passed down to Karl. we do have a quest battle in game where we got Galmaraz. I believe that was a battle against the Greenskins. I don't think you specifically get Galmaraz because of that battle, but it's a significant battle for that weapon. Or, well, for the Empire as a whole, I believe.
You can see the Great Bastion has been shattered. The dwarf holds are falling to a greenskin incursion.
We must form an alliance.
I can't.
Might I also add that the dwarf siege battles are still pretty buggy. There's still like one area on the map where if you send units down it, your ground units just fly up into the air like impossibly high. They still haven't fixed that yet.
I can't believe they did like full fucking, like they could have just had the really simple like voiceover, but the fact that like the characters are fully animated and we have an animated conversation between Teclis, Karl Franz, and Thorgrim is so fucking awesome. I have been dying to see shit like this. Like, oh my gosh, I wish we could just have a TV.
I mean, I'm really glad that they made this decision to step up their game with the cinematics because, oh boy, like, it's really, really cool. And there's so many cool things that you could do with the Warhammer Fantasy, but it just, there isn't really anything. Like, I would expect that there would be, like, some series in the works here for particular characters within the universe. Unless if they just don't think that that's where the market is. It's a battle where Karl turned Super Sigmar 1. Oh yeah. Because he got beat up by one of the orc war bosses, yeah. And almost died, but then Sigmar kind of, well, got into his body, essentially, possessed him. I think that's right. Or maybe I'm confusing it with what happened during the end times. Says he won't wield the weapon until he has earned the right to wield as a newly elected emperor by winning the battle. Oh. Yeah, there was a speech about that when we played it in the game. Come up with a convoluted reason why the characters have to do their quest to use their signature weapon in game. I see. Gotcha. Sigmar possessed Karl in that battle. Okay, cool. TW primarily focused on 40k and AOS on the cinematic animation stuff. Well, I guess there are probably like a ton of 40k animations that I still have yet to actually take a look at, so I could revisit that, but I do think it's kind of unfortunate that fantasy doesn't get much love, because I freaking love fantasy, man. It's so cool. I have seen some people in the comments who dislike fantasy very, very much because of how, I guess, like, how generic fantasy it is. And I'm like, okay, but like, it's so enjoyable. Didn't they bring back the MMO? The MMO for Warhammer Fantasy? Oh yeah, someone was talking about that. I don't recall specifically. I didn't look into it more. Waited until after the Warlords beat the shit out of him. Hey, you gotta make a dramatic entrance, you know? Gotta come in and be fashionably late for that effect. They got the VA for Thorgrim, Karl, and Teclis back in the studio. And so far only Thorgrim got some short lines in the game, not the other two. Oh. Rip, dude. Would you say it's your favorite Warhammer setting? That's kind of difficult for me to say at the moment. I would say currently, yes, because I know the most about it, and I'm kind of interested to learn more about it. But if I learn more about 40k, I could also shift that way. In another sense, you could also say that it kind of depends on the day, because I love two things, which is dark fantasy as well as sci-fi. And it kind of switches between the days. Like, some days I'm in the mood for like Berserk and Claymore, and other days I'm like, oh, I'll just rewatch Steins Gate again, something like that. So when it comes to Warhammer, I'm probably in the same situation. There's cool things in both settings, like, don't get me wrong. And I might tilt more towards 40k if we get Total War Warhammer 40k, and it's like a good game. We'll see. Fantasy can get more nuanced and interesting beyond the surface level understanding IMO. That, I feel like, is a good take for really any kind of franchise with heavy lore. And it's kind of unfortunate that a lot of the time people just take one glance at it and write it off before they even give it a chance. There's so many cool stories out there waiting to be told. It's kind of like those people who take a look at Elden Ring and say, yeah, no, that's not for me. That's a super hard, difficult game that's only meant to make you rage, you know? When really, it's not. It's so lovingly crafted. Each small bit of lore within that game is just so detailed and very well explored that it's just such a shame when people write it off as that. Yeah. It's no matter what's happening, but it's way, way off. What are you talking about, Liam? Apparently, yes, Age of Reckoning is back. They released a roadmap last month. Ah, I see. Go beans. Always nice to have more games that people enjoy playing.
It was literally just this. Like, look how good this is. I really like Franz. Franz looks a lot older in this. Like he looks a lot more haggard and old. Like he looks more like his age I would expect him to appear as. Closer.
I think war kind of does that to you. And especially Carl's campaign. Being surrounded by enemies on all sides and all these incompetent leaders unable to hold their own cities. Yeah, you'd look really old for your age. Like, it doesn't matter if Sigmar comes down to possess you or not. You're gonna be going through it, man. And Carl's just a normal guy when it comes to, I guess, Warhammer Fantasy standards too, so yeah. 40k Total War is definitely happening, but it's way, way off. I mean, yeah. I believe the Star Wars 40k. Oh, Star Wars 40k. What? Star Wars Total War is probably going to be coming first. Look through 6th edition fantasy rulebook. FromSoft games didn't hit me like most people, and that's because they share the same presentation as Warhammer books and tell their stories in the same way. Interesting. Yeah, I don't have that experience, so for me, Elden Ring is just like really incredible. And I feel like there are times when you consume so much media that you kind of desensitize yourself to the excitement of discovering something new, or like, oh, it's a trope that I've already seen time and time again, right? And by doing so, you just kind of end up robbing yourself of the enjoyment of that story. So I try to tone that down. I sometimes, this is kind of hypocritical of me to say, because sometimes I still have that prejudice. I don't even know if you can call it prejudice. I apologize. English is not my first language. But I just want to enjoy things, you know? I want to enjoy it for what it is and to appreciate it. Carl ages like a 20-year-old ages through retail. That is 100% correct, Jonathan. Working customer service, I salute everybody who does that. Alleged Cathay DLC is going to be Ogres and Tigerman Legendary Lords for Cathay. Prefer the Fire Dragon, Water Dragon, and Monkey King instead. I didn't hear about that, but I do know that there are rumors it's probably going to be a Cathay DLC coming up next after Thrones of Decay. And I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know too much lore about Cathay, and honestly, anything new that they add just seems really cool to me. So yeah, I can't really share in that sentiment. Playable since the official closings, because there's a fan server. Sotek said it in the stream, can't remember when he said it. Ah, gotcha. 2 weeks? Yeah, landlord. The DLC is coming. Can't wait. I gotta brush up on the lore to the DLC.
Closer to the end times, when I think he's in his 50s during that.
50s in the end times,
at the very start of his reign when he's in his 30s. Or it could just be that, you know, he's got Kazrak and shit running around. Poor guy's exhausted.
Yeah. Of course he is.
We either die alone.
Oh my god, this looks so good.
I concur.
Oh, dude, look at those infantry Reichsguard back there. Can I get a better look at them? Bro, those Reichsguard on foot look sick. I would love to see these guys as an infantry unit. Look at those swords. and like their helmets and stuff, they look really good.
This is incredible how many details Sotek is picking up. Like, those are guys who are blurred out in the background. I wouldn't even notice them. If I was watching this, I'd feel like they were just kind of there to like fill out the space, which yeah, they are. But also the fact that they're also like in full armor that Sotek can recognize because, you know, it's accurate to the lore. That's awesome, man. Yo, what's up, Dramon? Just join, what are we doing? Well, I'm not sure where Sotek currently is, so at the moment, I'm just kind of checking out like viewer suggestions and stuff like that for Warhammer. And we've kind of ended up here on this video that, of Sotek reacting to Immortal Empires, the trailer for that. They have very distinct headwear, so they're easy to pick out. Ah, I see. Did he die again? I don't know. Don't know if his electricity is gone or if he's still asleep. Regardless of that, I hope he gets some good rest in. Because honestly, this is pretty fun as well. The lore you found seems insane. Yeah, I gotta check that one out, Sleepy Fork. Was one of the units I was hoping for Thrones of Decay to add. Ah, I see. I don't think we have that, do we? It's just the Reichsguard as a cav unit, yeah.
Back there. Could be an infantry unit. Okay, what does Teclis say?
Together.
I concur. This threat is beyond.
Okay, so we have Malekith, Malice, Darkblade, and Marathi attacking Ulthuan. So we can see Ulthuan is burning, and huge Dark Elf armies are marching in.
This seems lore accurate to my own campaigns. Malekith and Marathi just crush everything in all of my campaigns. Like the donut is gone. It's just all Dark Elf territory. An old world battle report on stream? Maybe. I mean, this one video is probably gonna last us almost the entire stream, but we'll see. So long as you're familiar with them, you can take a look at a dwarf's shirt, for instance, and immediately know his occupation. I mean, I find that awesome that everybody is so unique that you can pick them out, and it's not just like a recolor, you know, of the same thing. Which I feel like is kind of an issue when it comes to designing characters in general. I'm obviously not an artist, so this is just me speaking from a kind of an ignorant standpoint. But that's just kind of my point of view on it, with all the other games that I know of. The SFO mod? I've heard of that. And I've seen plenty of people playing through the game or doing Let's Plays of different campaigns with the SFO mod. But yeah, I have yet to touch that. As they should burn the donut. Yo, what's up, Zara? We looking at a Sotek video today? Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like Sotek won't be able to make it to stream, so we're just checking out some Warhammer lore right now. And this is Sotek's reaction to the Immortal Empires trailer, which is honestly really, really cool that he's breaking down every single thing that I missed in this trailer. Same gray armor, brown leather. Yeah, agreed. How much money do I have to pay for you to watch the second half? Sometimes Warhammer Fantasy goes this way. You don't need to have played the game before to enjoy it. You don't have to pay me any money, Lich. I could probably check that out if we still have some time at the end of this video. So much in it. Yeah, I never realized. When I watched this, I didn't know too much about the lore, or like I didn't even touch the game yet. So yeah, it's like revisiting it is really, really cool.
With the Azur's guidance.
So with the Azur's guidance. So he's saying with the elves' guidance, we can do this, and then Thorgrim's immediately like, no.
This is just another Algates game.
Look at Teclis's face. Like, Franz is just like, you can tell Franz is taking him seriously, but Teclis is just like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Fucking really? Really, Thorgrim?
I
didn't even notice the facial expression.
But you even speak for your people.
High King.
Oh, that's a really clever call out by Thorgrim. So literally what he's saying is that, oh, that's so fucking clever. So what Thorgrim is saying is he's saying, okay, I see that every race sent a delegation of their leaders. So we see that, like, Karl Franz is here, obviously. Thorgrim is here. And then Lewin Lanker, the king of Bretonnia, is here. And then you have a Shukagon lord, and you have a Boyar and Ice Witch representing their nations. But we see, dude, this is actually telling like a full fucking narrative. So we see
with just that one line. That's awesome. Yeah, I never realized. I would have never realized.
The reason they're wait, is that the same Shukagan lord here? She's got the hat with the wings. Yeah, that's the same. Wait. Yeah, I think that's the same Shukagan lord.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm guessing the wall was already shattered. So she was sent here to seek an alliance. But the fact that this is telling a fucking narrative.
Being sent here to seek an alliance is also very true in game. The moment, you know, they lose all their cities and all their armies, they're very, very willing to start a military alliance with you. We love how passionate Sotek is about Warhammer Fantasy. I couldn't agree more, Dremlin. I couldn't agree more. Honestly, like, seeing anybody passionate about the thing that they love is just so endearing.
And then you have Kislev being attacked by Archaon, Prince Yuri, and Sigvald. This is fucking brilliant because okay, so since Kislev is fully under assault by the Everchosen, and the Everchosen, a fucking demon prince, and Sigvald the Magnificent simultaneously, they need everybody at home. Like, they need Boris,
they need help,
who everybody probably still thinks is dead. They need Katerin at home, and
Boris is kind of just, he's out there in the Chaos Waste, right? So, like, everybody... Actually, no, I think in lore, he's supposed to be dead, but he kind of comes back to life. We kind of talked about this very, very long ago. Yeah. Actually, I think it was even during my reactions to the Warhammer Fantasy trailers. Dead in lore, he comes back in this game. Oh. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Texas is not known for being involved in elf politics. He's more known for trying to circumvent them. Thorgrim's actually right in calling him out because there's a high chance Teclis is on his own. Oh. Well, dang. Yeah, then that is a good catch from Sotek. Didn't even realize. Also, hey, Ricardo. Just got here. What did I miss? Sotek's not available at the moment, so we're currently watching his reaction to the Immortal Empires trailer. Yeah. Thought dead during the unlock quest, you'd find him frozen in ice and free him. Not that many unnamed characters for Kislev. Oh, so that's why they brought him back for the game. Azag should also be dead? Ah. Well, I mean, I'm fine with bringing them back, even if they should be gone, you know? Because it just makes for a more fun game where you get to play as characters that wouldn't be there normally. See how it turns out. Follow their story, too. Look at Boris's tabletop mini. It's a lot different to how he is in this game. Looks exactly like how you'd expect a Polish royal to look. I can do that. Give me 1 second in case, let me just close that. In case the results show something. Boris, Warhammer Fantasy, tabletop. Let's see. Oh. Is this an old model? Okay. There we go. Is this it? Is this the guy? He looks much more rotund than he does in game. It is an older model. I see. Yeah, we just got some artwork and stuff here. Oh. Maybe this? Oh my god. Why the tiny image, bro? Oh, lovely. Reddit. Okay. He's perfect. Warhammer lore? Indeed, David. Well, I guess it's more like picking up Warhammer lore from Sotek's reaction to the Immortal Empires trailer.
They need Costalton at home. So like none of them could make this meeting. They're busy. And the same thing goes for Cathay. Like the Dragon Lords are busy. They're dealing with whoever broke down the wall, which we see Wulfric and Be'lakor, I think, leading the Cathay invasion. So like they can't be here, but they sent like representatives. Whereas Thorgrim is calling out Teclis by saying, "Do you even speak for the High Elves? Like the Phoenix King couldn't come here himself? You know, Tyrion couldn't come here. Where is your king? Like, how can we trust that you speak for your people when you're not even a ruler? Like, you're just a wizard."
Speak for your people.
High King, this is not the time for short-sightedness.
Short?
Oh, that is literally something Teclis would do. Like, most elves would probably say something way worse, but like Teclis, when Teclis shows up in, especially when he shows up in Giant Slayer, like he can't help himself. He makes barbs towards dwarfs, like especially.
I'm assuming when Sotek says Giant Slayer, that's the name of a particular book.
When like he's dealing with them and they're annoying him, he literally cannot help himself from saying like kind of barbed statements at them, like little jabs to pick at them. But of course, Thorgrim, being the High King, not only immediately like, well, fuck you too, bro, but then he's like, no, there will be an age of reckoning. So he's like, not only am I not gonna have an alliance with the elves, I'm gonna fuck the elves up.
Oh, all the Thing Slayer books or Gotrek books. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind. So it's like a labeling for them.
High King, this is not the time for short-sightedness.
Bad move, Teclis. The dwarves will remember that. And I love the instant Thorgrim reacts to that. You see all the other dwarfs like, yeah,
they all bounce back in disgust.
Like just the outrage. It looks like almost like Teclis set a spell that physically knocked them all back. And as the dwarfs are getting angry, all the elves are like, "Ah, fuck, here we go again."
There'll be no alliance with elves while I'm High King.
And then you see, okay, so we see the dwarves start arguing with the humans, and the dwarves are just like, "All right, it's a grog drink now. Let's start airing our grievances."
Only.
This is so fucking, dude. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but look, there's fucking Toddy. Boris Toddbringer's here. That's so fucking cool, fucking Toddy. So
apparently everybody loves Boris Toddbringer. We were able to recruit him as a lord during our Karl Franz campaign, and apparently he's supposed to be like a legendary lord, but he's not playable, unfortunately. Azag was not dead in the lore by the time the game takes place. His invasion happened 1 or 2 years after Tamarkan's attack on Nuln. Oh, okay. Cool.
These are the elector counts. Okay, so the elector counts are here. And then, okay, this is, I don't know if they did this on purpose. If so, this is fucking genius. But you can see that there is an Arc Lector of the Empire and a Witch Hunter arguing with the Bretonnians. Because the Arc Lector and the Witch Hunter are super Sigmarites. Like, they're very, very strong in their faith of Sigmar to the point that they, like, look down on and outright exclude other cults. Like, even other Empire faiths, they're like, towards. But these men worship the Lady, who, as far as the Sigmarites are concerned, is not only a foreign goddess, but a heathen goddess. Like,
well, even the Bretonnians don't know that the Lady is actually an elf. I'm pretty sure that was the lore there.
Like, of course, they would immediately take advantage of this to try and get the Bretonnians uninvolved, because they hate the Bretonnians. Like, the Sigmarites want nothing to do with them, because they're like, no, they believe like this foreign goddess, because the Bretonnians would just be like, well, we're here for the Lady. Like,
okay. that does make a lot more sense. I think one of the initial questions I had when I got to Warhammer Fantasy was like, since there are so many enemies out there that want to kill all of mankind, then why doesn't mankind kind of like unite under one banner? But yeah, everybody still has their own ideals. They still have their own gods that they believe in. And that kind of creates a separation there. I think Pancreas dislikes the Bretonnians very, very much, and I still have yet to react to that video where he explains why, probably. Yeah. I mean, I can't say that the Bretonnians interest me all too much, but their campaign is probably fun. We'll see. Because humans, you could use that to explain so many different series, honestly. Like, we recently got into Battletech, and there's strife there because, well, humans. Like, when is there never any sort of conflict between them? Simply because Cetra leads the best human faction, the rest need to get in their heads. An elf in end times and unknown beforehand. Ah, hinted but never stated. Gotcha.
I almost feel like that Bright Wizard is also involved, because male wizards not allowed in Bretonnia. You are not allowed to have boy wizards. Like, the Fey Enchantress would not approve.
Only a reckoning.
Oh look, and the dwarves getting into battle stance. Like, the dwarves are immediately ready to throw down. Like, look at them getting all their shields up.
Oh yeah, their shields
my
up.
God. And then, oh, that money shot. Oh, that money shot where you have Archaon the Everchosen and a Chaos Lord from each god walking out behind him, fucking all slow-mo. You can see
that's
all
a cool
the Chosen
detail.
standing behind him.
Yeah, I didn't see
So you got
that.
the Chaos Lord of Slaanesh, the Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle, the Chaos Lord of Khorne, and the Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch, showing that Archaon has, he's the true Lord of Chaos Undivided. Oh, and like, you still see Kislev burning in the background. So they have this consistent theme of the forces of chaos the warriors of chaos are smashing down on the north.
Thank you very much for the super chat, Necromancer Cobalt. Can't hang for long. If you're looking for more D&D stuff to react to, I recommend What They Don't Tell You About Kobolds. One of my favorites for no reason in particular. Roger that, man. I do need to get back to some D&D as well. And thank you for the super chat once again. I will kill the world to kill chaos? The Everchosen? Is that his lore? I don't know too much about Archaon. Apart from the fact that he's kind of the big bad boy that is supposed to bring about the end times, but kind of failed to the first time around. If you get Warhammer 4, I hope to bring dual fight animations like from Three Kingdoms. I've heard about that in Three Kingdoms. I still have yet to try that game out myself. But I honestly don't think we'll get a Warhammer 4. Well, we'll see. They're probably gonna end it at 3 though.
And then here we see Kugoth Plaguefather is attacking Lustria, though obviously this kind of represents the Dragon Isles more accurately. But like, Kugoth is attacking the jungles of the Lizardmen, and we've got him versus...
Represents the Dragon Isles more accurately? The Dragon Isles, what does that mean? I don't remember like the names of each place on the Warhammer Fantasy map, so maybe it's just an area in Lustria? Motivations make no sense in 8th. His motivation comes from before they did a massive retcon to the gods in the setting. Oh. He's a big Sigmar simp, good witch hunter, he burned many village of heretics. Got screwed by the Chaos Gods who debated their champion. He also hates Sigmar for being unable to stop them, so he wants to end it all. Okay. Kugat start. Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification there. Yeah, he starts on some islands and, well, he wants to spread plague, but he's also isolated on an island, which yeah, gotcha. Also, I think he does fight Lizardmen initially, right? Like, that's the first faction that he has to fight against. So yeah, that makes sense. Lord Beard's episode on the Lady of the Lake? Oh yeah, definitely. I love to have them just on in the background sometimes while I'm editing. Not the best reaction content, so I haven't made any videos out of that yet, but yeah.
Kugat starts. Lore, feral lizardmen live there without a salon. Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Versus Mazda Mundi in the jungle showdown. This shot is so fucking great. Oh, look, there's Tanuin. Oh, that's... Oh,
Wait.
dude, the amount of...
Wait, where is he? Where's the Tanuin? I can't even spot him.
Characters that are just like making little cameo shots if you look for them. Like, okay, so you got Tanuin down here standing
Oh, okay. He's behind Sotek's chair. Gotcha.
alongside Lord Mazda Mundi against the forces of Kugoth. And like, this is such a fucking great scene because look at Kugoth's corruption. Breathe. Ooh, breathe. I don't think I've ever seen, I don't know if I've ever noticed how awesome the Nurgle corruption looks in Lustria. Like, look at the floating pyramid of the lizardmen having the rot and tentacles coming off it from Nurgle. Like, damn, dude, I really need to play more of the Chaos God races and really appreciate.
I need to play them at some point. I feel like it's kind of mandatory, yeah? I never realized how different their mechanics were until I'd watched some videos. But I've also heard that the corruption for the Chaos Gods, it's not really built equally. Like, there's one particular Chaos God whose corruption is actually really, really good, and the others are just kind of average. I don't know the details on that, though. Can't really remember which one it was. Kugas at the Dragon Islands is because collects the toxic waste dumped by Chaos Dwarves. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because, like, to the northwest, right, there is a Chaos Dwarf faction, and there's an entire river that kind of flows down towards there, if I'm remembering the map correctly. There's also kind of like a sea lane. I don't know if you would call that a sea lane, but you can ride that all the way up the river. Pretty sure that's the area of the map, right? It's like southeast of where Throt starts. Various gods in the setting were all just different versions of the Chaos Gods. The Horn references was really a shard of Nurgle. Oh! Pestilence was ruled by Nurglish. Who was the 7th leader? 7 being Nurgle's favorite number, and why Pestilence and Nurgle marked units. Shared immunities to each other's abilities. Arcanum discovered this fact, and the realization that the only true gods were the Chaos Gods changed his worldview. Very interesting, I see. No, it wasn't? What? Are we getting conflicts in lore here?
How the corruption changes the maps. I really, this is a complete aside. I really hope when they give us another Vampire Counts update, hopefully they give us like a Warriors of Chaos DLC, but for the vampire. Oh, look, there's Krokgar! Fucking Krokgar's here too!
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah!
Oh my god, this is so cool to seeing all these characters just appearing like you would expect them to. Oh man, he just barely squeezes in there. I almost missed him. But I recognize that spear and that head fucking anywhere. Like just okay, but this is the demons of Nurgle, so it looks like Kugoth or Festus isn't here. But like, God, I wonder if like Gorok or any of them are around. I don't think so. I think that's everybody. Wait, is that Gorok right there? I don't remember. That doesn't look like Gorok. I think that's just a weapon kind of similar. No, it's not him. Okay.
Yeah, probably not. Lore is full of conflict, Zero. You are absolutely correct there, Argoth. He should react to his oldest reactions on his channel. Oh, we'll see about that. This is hopefully kind of a one-off thing. If you want to start a monogod demon campaign, I would recommend the ones with DLCs, Zinj or Nurgle, or their warriors representatives, Festus or Village. Roger that. Cause, yeah. Well, I mean, oh no, that's more of like a legendary hero. I was gonna bring up Korn, but yeah, no. He hasn't gotten a major update yet.
But I love this. So as the argument is continuing to increase, we see that as these guys are arguing and wasting their time, the forces of destruction have already unified. Like the forces of chaos have already all gotten on the same page, and the forces of order are already under threat. So the Lizardmen, obviously the Lizardmen weren't invited and they're not going to show up. They're busy with Nurgle. Then we see the Cathayans just start leaving. Like the Boyar, it seems like the Ice Witch is really in charge, but like the Boyar's just like, they're just like, nope, like obviously they're just wasting our time. Let's go home. And then got this fucking shot, dude.
Gotrek and Felix,
like,
yeah.
You have Gotrek and
versus
Felix
Scarbrand.
versus oh my god, it's not even just Scarbrand. It's three bloodthirsters. So
oh, I didn't even notice them in the background. 2 bloodthirsters and Scarbrand. Yeah, I don't know if Gotrek and Felix are gonna be able to win that fight. In lore, they probably would pretty easily. But my perception of them is kind of that one battle we did to save them in Karl Franz's campaign. And they were running to their deaths there. That is just an in-game thing, though. Horn's still fun. Oh yeah. Because mostly his mechanic, it's pretty good for new players as well, because you don't really have to worry too much about like building up your settlements and stuff like that. You just fight. So I think it would be really fun to try out someday. In lore, they would not win that fight. Oh, really? Okay. I was under the impression that Gotrek is Gotrek would kind of just win basically almost any fight because he can't die. Although maybe just can't die doesn't necessarily mean win.
Thirsters and Scarbrand versus Gotrek and Felix. Where was that book?
What are they, wood plot armor?
I want this book, CA. Or Crane's Workshop. Give me this fucking book. This looks incredible. And they're looks like they're fighting in the Empire or Bretonia, maybe? I'm trying to
level 40 them. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
The architecture looks more Bretonian to me. But like, dude, that's such a badass scene. And this would absolutely happen. And I love how it has Felix like going from looking at Gotrek like, are we really about to fucking do this? And Gotrek's like, yeah, of course, man. Like, it looks so good. It looks so good, dude. Oh my god. Gotrek and Felix versus 3 greater demons. My money's on Gotrek. Then we have Kairos fucking Fate Weaver. Oh, he's an Ulthuan. Oh, that's super clever because he's at the Fortress of Dawn. So of course he's attacking the elves. And that's why the elves aren't here. The elves aren't here because they literally have we saw it earlier.
So many forces attacking them, yeah.
Teclis walks up and is like, yeah, no, we're here to help. Like, we can help you. Of course he is. Because Ulthuan's under attack by the Dark Elves. That's why they couldn't afford to send any help. Like, the Dark Elves couldn't send the Phoenix King. They can't send Tyrion. They can't send anybody else because they're already being fucking invaded by the Dark Elves. They're already busy. Malice, Malekith, and Marathi are already here fucking shit up. And I'm sure Rakarth is probably up there. I can't recognize Brachus versus a regular dragon. I would not be surprised if that was him up in the top right. But like,
probably is, yeah.
Not only are the Dark Elves attacking them, but Tzeentch is attacking them. And like here we can even see it almost looks like it's the exact same fire from the Dark Elves. So like the Dark Elves have already burned this place or something. And then Kairos has shown up and you can see how he's mutating everything. So like not only is like magic going crazy in the sky and he's flooding over the city, but like look, there's like tentacles and eyeballs coming out of the towers and shit. Like this looks
Tzeentch
so
corruption already,
cool.
Yeah.
And then we got Nakari with all of his little ladies. Oh my god, look at that. Look. Look at, like, there's, like, Empire guys, like, bowing and scraping before Nakari.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the statue of Sigmar that we saw in the distance during Kazarak One-Eye, when he showed up on screen.
Probably either begging for their lives. Oh, yeah, look how terrified they look, dude. Like, this dude turned around here, being like, oh, dude, I fucked up. Like, they look like they've been caught and are about to suffer the worst fate imaginable in this Empire.
Yeah.
And look, this shot is so fucking awesome where you have the statue of Sigmar has been corrupted by Slanesh. And look, it's even got the Slanesh symbol on the face of Gol.
Oh, that's a cool detail.
Oh my god, and all the buildings are all fucked up and everything. Bro, oh my god, bro, this is so good. This is so good. And then we go to Archaon. And okay, he's still in Kiss. Storytelling. It's so good when they fucking do it right. Yeah, I wish this was a narrative campaign. Like, I know Immortal Empires, the whole point is that it's a sandbox, but I really wish there was like a narrative.
Well, isn't Realms of Chaos kind of trying to be a narrative campaign, but it's also not really that great? Because like I've seen plenty of votes or community polls, I should say, on Total War Warhammer channels, like asking what you guys play. Do you play Immortal? Do you play, Realms of Chaos, or the, I guess, tutorial mode? Most people just play Immortal Empires. No, yes, but no. So has Warhammer ever gotten like any narrative campaign, or I should say Total War Warhammer? I would assume no then, like overall. Like not just any straight up narrative, unless if we're counting the tutorial. I guess the tutorial could be counted as a narrative campaign. Just gets tedious at the third soul. Okay, I see.
Mode you could do where you pick one of the characters and like you're kind of assigned to either like the forces of destruction or the forces of order, or like one of your own like little mini
Actual Warhammer at Storms of Chaos, but you know how that went. Yeah, okay, I see you. What do you consider a narrative? That's actually a good question. What do you consider a narrative when it comes to a Total War Warhammer game? I feel like the tutorial was pretty streamlined, so I would consider that a narrative. It also had like cinematics and stuff, and ended with a conclusion. Attila Total War? Did Attila have narrative campaigns? Need to play Realms of Chaos once as Kislev to get Boris. Yeah. I've been told that before. If I do want to play as Boris. The Vortex campaign 2 was decent. Okay. So that one had a lot of narrative campaigns, or well, depending on what you consider them.
mini alliances, and like so you interact like considerably more with those factions, and it's more about trying to work with them rather than against them. Like that could be so fucking cool as you're dealing with like the unified forces of chaos. God, I wish that was a mode. I wish there was a lore accurate mode. Like I don't need
That's what I've been saying.
If they ever wanted to make like a lore accuracy mode, I would sell my soul. I would sell my fucking soul.
I feel like it would be extremely unbalanced, but like the game isn't exactly built around balance in the first place, so yeah, that would be cool. Or like a mode with orders versus chaos. I was talking about that during my reaction to Kleeper's video on Total War Shogun. And people said there is kind of that mode if you turn on like the endgame crisis and have chaos do their thing. But I don't know, it doesn't really feel the same.
To have a campaign like this. So we have Archaon bodying the Kislevites. And then, oh god, that's so fucking awesome and clever, because then it's like, okay, well, so what got through the wall? How did the wall of Cathay fall? Wulfric, that's how the fucking wall felt. And that's such a fucking clever use. Sorry, I'm losing my shit here. That is such a clever use for Wulfric, because not only is it like, hey, look, Norska's here, but like you could see, like it's a callback to his intro cinematic, right? So every time we've seen Wulfric from his very first CG cinematic to his reveal, which was super badass, by the way. Warhammer 1, because Warhammer 1 had like special cinematics with the advisor, which I really miss those. I wish they still had them. Like I know they don't necessarily make sense with Immortal Empires, but I think they add them back in and just let them be there because they look really cool. But in any event, Wulfric's there, and also his entry movie in like the character select screen are all about Wulfric like killing a giant and then like ripping the sword out of its head. But because he's in Cathay, instead of ripping a sword out of a giant's head,
it's a construct.
Ripping a sword out of a fucking terracotta sentinel's head because he's fucking Wulfric the Wanderer, and he fears nothing. And he's
okay. I see. Yeah, I would never have thought that, but you guys also talked about how he has that teleporting boat. Yeah. If Wulfric appeared behind the wall, he could have attacked and taken it from an unexpected angle, then opened the gates. I don't think there's really any way to construct a bastion that can protect against the power of teleportation, so... If only Wulfric would wander anywhere but into my land when I'm playing Malachi. Wulfric does wander everywhere he pleases, doesn't he? Not a fan of the endgame crisis. They feel too video gamey and not organic. I somewhat agree with you there, Argoth. To be honest, I would prefer like not turning them on for like the end game and stuff. I just feel like it's more fun that way, but to each their own. I mean, it's cool that they have the option to like turn it on or turn it off.
Slays monsters, so he became them. So Wulfric pierced the wall. Wulfric is leading the hosts of Norska, the northern barbarian tribes, against the Cathayans instead of following Archaon, because of course Wulfric wouldn't want to work with Archaon. Like, he doesn't, Wulfric has a whole thing about challenging the Everchosen if you play his campaign.
Oh, really?
So of course he has been enticed.
I guess okay, I don't know too much about Norscan lore. They follow the Chaos Gods, but also they view them in a much different form than like the actual Chaos Gods, because I think in game they have this mechanic where you can like pray or pay tribute to a particular god being represented by different animals and stuff like that. But they're actually just the 4 Chaos Gods, yeah. And he has some beef with Archaon. How? As in, like, he doesn't follow anybody, he just leads his own people. Wulfric is a Chaos Warrior's Lord. I'll leave chat some time to catch up here.
By Be'lakor to attack a different foe. And then here we see of course the elves are arguing with the Bretonnians. If anybody but the dwarves would get pissed enough to start arguing with the elves, it's gonna be the Bretonnians. They share the ocean, and the Bretonnians are a major naval power, the elves are a major naval power, and like elves, the wood elves have a lot of influence over Bretonnia and have kind of purposefully soured that relationship. So like they don't.
I see. I never realized that Bretonnia was such a naval power, because we don't really have any naval battles in Warhammer. I guess that makes sense though. Considering their starting position as well. They're kind of just like right across from the ocean from each other. Norska is not an actual faction in the lore. Oh, it was made a faction for Total War, right? It's more that Wulfric is cursed to find and kill the world's greatest champions and kill them to prove he's the greatest fighter. He isn't really a leader because of this. Wait, he's cursed to do that? I thought that was a choice. But of course not. No, this is Warhammer. The Hound, the Serpent, the Crow, and the Raven. Ah, okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. First introduced in an old naval battle Warhammer game. Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, the roots are from, like, straight up from the naval battle game. Just not a faction in the tabletop. Okay. Because Bretonnia uses guns on their ships, naval fighting is not nightly combat, so it's all good. If I redeem push-ups, how do we know you do them? You have to take my word for it, Ultra. I usually do them at the end of the stream, because I don't want to interrupt the flow of the stream. Focus on making money from ports and stuff. Well, I mean, considering that, man. Alberic? Yeah, Alberic has a trident as a weapon. I probably should have figured. I thought he was just like, He was born in a Bretonian city that was like neighboring the ocean, so it just made sense. Boasted that he was the greatest warrior in this world or the next, and the Chaos Gods were like, prove it? Oh, of course the Chaos Gods intervened there, bro. It's just an umbrella to the men of the South and put them under to generalize them. Okay, okay. Learning so much lore here this stream. Some of it from Sotek, some of it from chat.
We don't have the best relations. And then here we see the Cathayans are leaving. So first the Kislevites left, as we're seeing Kislevite fall to the forces of Archaon and his lads and all the warriors of chaos. Actually, it seemed like it was the pure warriors of chaos, because it was and Daniel or Prince Yuri, because of course Prince Yuri would attack Kislev. And then, you know, the Lizard are busy with Nurgle. Khorne looks to be either attacking Bretonia or Kislev or the Empire somewhere, you know, Skarbrand, who knows where he is. And then you've got Slaanesh is invading the Empire alongside the Beastmen, and then Tzeentch is attacking Ulthuan alongside the Dark Elves. So now the Cathayans leave, and here we see why Cathay is in trouble. Why did Cathay come for help? Yeah, Wulfric's pretty bad, sure. Like, Wulfric is a scary guy. He could probably have gotten through one of the Great Bastion. But how would the entirety of Kislev... Oh, dude, look at the spark! Look at the sparks from his drawing his sword out of the Jades, or the Terracotta Sentinel. Like, what the fuck? The attention to detail on this. But of course, the Cathayans, they've got the first damned attacking them. And
honestly, all the Cathayans need is some rocks. You just gotta drop some rocks from the sky, and you'll probably be able to do in Be'lakor. If what I remember is correct from that one Sotek stream with Tic-Tac-Toe completely just annihilating him. I'm pretty sure that happened. The gift of tongues is right so that when he challenges a foe, he can perfectly speak their language. To craft the perfect insult to make them fight him? What? What is that D&D spell? Vicious Mockery? Something like that? I see. So Wulfric's got that on permanent.
And then Franz is like, bitch, shut up!
Must not be blinded
by this music! And then look at this fucking shot! Dude, this is like... So the first... Oh, I'm gonna start crying. The amount of callbacks to earlier trailers and earlier scenes and like important things in the lore is so... This is such a love letter to like everything that's been building up to Immortal Empires. That's what's getting me. Like, obviously I'm a huge fucking nerd, right? And just seeing like all of my tabletop pieces and my favorite stories come to life, and like they're talking to each other and interacting, and there's like a really interesting theme and narrative going on, that all gets me really excited. But this is like it's like a whole nother layer, because it's these really clever callbacks where like the very first Bretonia trailer we ever got to see, where Bretonia is revealed, is literally just about Bretonia facing the undead. Like, we get to see Bretonia facing, you know, the
yeah, I would have never picked any of this up. It's really cool that they took the time and the attention to detail to give a bunch of callbacks to all the previous trailers that fans would recognize, and new people who joined in could get super excited about regardless. Look up Wulfric's dwarf insult. It's a speech from the rule books. I can do a quick detour. Give me 1 second. Wulfric, the Wanderer, dwarf insult. Rule books. Let's see here. Ah, there it is. I'll show this on screen. Face me if you dare, stunted whelp, or do you lack even an elven maid's courage? I thought the sons of Grungni were great warriors, but perhaps you are no true dwarf. Indeed, maybe you are instead some breed of bearded goblin. Though in truth I have seen a finer beard on a troll's backside. Wolfing the Wanderer to Dwarf King Thurbat's Stonebeard in perfect Kazalid, which is, I'm assuming, their language. If you play... Wait, no, there's no... They don't have a faction in the tabletop. Oh, man. This would have been really funny if it was a role on the tabletop. Wait, it is in the rule books, so no? On the tabletop, he got stat bonuses and a challenge, and you were not allowed to decline challenges he made. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you as the player would just say this to your opponent. Right? Just roleplay it. Oh, that would be so fun. Don't think you could insult a dwarf more than that? Yeah. Dude. That is some serious business. Mentioning the beard? The elven maiden? Bruh. Oh, he was in the Warriors of Chaos list. Okay, yeah. It's not... He wasn't under Norska, he was under Warriors of Chaos. Dude's a certified hater. He was born to be. He literally has a god-given talent. Well, Chaos god-given talent, but a talent nonetheless.
Undead with this horrifying green haze around them, and it's just like this huge horde, and they're like struggling to defend. But this is Immortal Empires. This is where everything gets taken up to its fucking zenith. So no, it's not good enough for it just to be a single Bretonian place. No, this looks like this is the fucking charge of the Rohirrim. And it's fucking Rapunzel de Leoness, Albrecht de Bordelot with his goddamn badass trident, and King Lewin leading like hundreds of knights in a charge against a countless tide of undead.
For whatever reason, Sotek mentioning the Rohirrim just makes you want to rewatch Lord of the Rings again.
I don't see any of the undead legendary lords, but I would not be shocked for someone to maybe pick out like Kemmler back here somewhere, or Manfred riding on his zombie dragon. But like, oh, that's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So now we go to see, okay,
Elves fighting with
like,
dwarves.
Storytelling, right? So like, okay, Tyrion isn't in Ulthuan. No wonder Teclis needs help. Tyrion has apparently gone to Naggaroth, where he has found Grombrindal's hold, and he is helping Grombrindal fight back the tide of Skaven and Dark Elves. Like,
legendary moment.
Grombrindal is fighting back to back with the living incarnation of Anarion. Grombrindal is literally... This is like...
Anarion being the Phoenix King, right? He didn't cross any actual dangerous people. If he had come across Grimgor, Cetra, or the Red Duke, he would have his ass whooped back to Norska. Well, Grimgor and Cetra I do know of. I believe the Red Duke is another vampire lord, right? He is in the game, but he's not playable, I believe. I think he starts south of Bretonia. Already did my yearly Lord of the Rings rewatch? Hell yeah, Choco Man. Gotta do it every single year. It's just such a good set of movies. I wanted to post all of Cetra's titles. Now that will be just a massive block of text there, Ultra. I've seen plenty of people do it in comment sections. Yo, what's up, Diego? How goes the lore? I've been enjoying myself quite a lot and learning so much from both chat and from Sotek here. It would be Grombrindal? Is there a particular lore reason why he'd be more willing to fight with him? Because I know that dwarves are just usually stubborn in nature, but I guess Grombrindal might be more open-minded? Or maybe he's crazy. Former Bretonian lord and one of the greatest duelists in the world. Has a book about him. He's a tragic character, but he was already the best sword of Bretonia when he was alive. Book was really good. Got turned by the founder of the Blood Dragon bloodline because he was so impressive. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think I was talking about that with Sotek during one of our co-op campaigns. Malekith's bro for life? What? Snorri Whitebeard was one of the first High Kings and a close friend of Malekith. When Grombrindal first died, he made Malekith swear that the elves and dwarves would always be friends. Oh. I see. That makes sense then, yeah. The first High King of the Dawi and brother in arms to Malarion? Boy, how did that turn out? Well, now that the forces of chaos are amassing, it could become a reality.
Grombrindal fighting with Malekith before Malekith became the Witch King. Like, this is literally a dwarf who got to see the best the elves could ever be, but then then died with like an oath being sworn that they would not let go of that, standing next to basically a reincarnation and a renewal of that oath. An elf who would hold his word, an elf who would stand for the right thing. And the two of them are fighting back to back against the fucking Dark Elves and Skaven, trying to destroy this dwarfhold.
Okay, yeah, with the added context, this scene is pretty epic. He's not really alive? So what kind of state is he in? Has he just been resurrected somehow? Or is he just like a tangible spirit? Where the beard was a very ugly war? Oh, yeah. I don't know too much about it. I just know that it was quite tragic. The best Warhammer book I ever read? Oh, hot damn. More like a spirit, okay. When Malekith caused the great war between elves and dwarves, Grombrindal picked up his axe in the afterlife and said, "I might be dead, but this grudge is too much for even a dead dwarf to allow." Hell yeah, man. There's so many characters in Warhammer that are just like, dying? Yeah, that's not for me. Because that's basically what Lord Croak did, didn't he? He was just, yeah, dying. Yeah, but I still have a job to do. The great plan must come about still. And I'll be there to see it to the end. And he even survived to Age of Sigmar too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he's in Age of Sigmar, but he just shows up whenever there's trouble for the Dawi. Okay. I guess in a way, maybe this is not a very accurate comparison. But is he kind of like the Green Knight that randomly shows up for the Bretonnians? Lord Croak decided being dead was for losers. I ain't that weak. The Croak mindset. Let's go. 10-year plan. And a plan after death. He was the true CEO. There are dwarf heroes in Total War that are just ghosts. Oh, yeah. When you mentioned that, Minnesota, I recalled that they are very, very scary to face off against. I believe it was Belagar Ironhammer's army that you had to fight them in. The Ancestors. I think we fought them as Ikit Claw, and they did not go down. It makes sense. They're already dead. Not inaccurate to compare him to the Green Knight. Okay, cool. So I do kind of understand that relation or that connection there. A lot more physical than the Green Knight and has a tendency to show up too late because of that. There's like varying degrees of physicalness for spirits? Or is it like a different type of spirit? Because I think the Green Knight just randomly teleports in sometimes, but I guess Grombrindal doesn't really do that and he just kind of walks around. Very angry and wants to talk with Malekith. Don't know if Malekith's in a talking mood. Grombrindal would destroy him utterly. If Malekith brings his dragon, then it'll be a dead dragon too? I wouldn't be surprised by that. Also allows his armies to summon him to help in battle. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Smore incarnate himself while the Green Knight is full on ghost. Moses disguises himself as a different dwarf, then he reveals himself when needed, only to vanish when he's no longer needed. That's actually pretty cool. Moves around the world at a fast pace, granted, but not really teleporting. Okay, okay. I wonder if they're treated as Deus Ex Machinas. I pretty much said that during the initial reaction to the Total War Warhammer trailers, that the Green Knight kind of comes in as like a Deus Ex Machina character. But I guess you kind of have to have that in the bag in case, you know, something really, really bad happens. To make sure Bretonia doesn't die. Different type of spirit. The Green Knight's a nature spirit. He only appears from the forest or bodies of water. Oh, specifically. Okay. I didn't know that. Basically, that's a character. Yeah, I see.
Which is just, it's so fucking beautiful. And like, of course it looks fucking amazing. Like, look at this.
Wait. During the end times, Malekith almost got stabbed in the back, but at the last second an axe came out of the darkness and cut down the guy who was about to stab him. And then Malekith heard, "You never did watch your back," but when he turned around, there was no one there. Oh no. Malekith, why? Oh gosh darn
like,
it.
They even like look at each other like, all right, can you die fighting side by side with an elf? No, but I could die fighting side by side with a guy who hates dark elves as fucking much as I do. Like,
oh, that's a twist on the Lord of the Rings line.
They would make the perfect alliance. Like that narratively, from a narrative perspective, I cannot imagine how amazing it would be to see a conversation, even if he was incognito like he usually is, but a conversation between
there you go.
Grombrindal and Tyrion in Warhammer the Old World, or just Warhammer Fantasy. The things they could discuss are mind-bending. Because Anarion, Tyrion has the curse of Anarion, right? He has the same curse that Malekith has. He has the same curse that his father had, which is that he has this deep-born rage. Like, there is this terrible darkness inside of him. This Cainite curse, this lust for blood and death and violence. And Tyrion is doing everything in his fucking power to keep it under control. And Grombrindal is one of the only people who would understand. Because Grombrindal fucking knew Malekith. He knew what Malekith struggled with. He knew how Malekith suffered under all of the pressure of trying to be the hero for the elves. And like the thankless bullshit it was. And like Grombrindal gets it. And like if there's anyone that understands that darkness, but having to fight against it and still do the right thing, it's fucking Grombrindal.
So what you're saying is Grombrindal was the true bro this entire time. He was the bro of all bros. If only Malekith had stuck with him a little bit longer.
Because he's literally like the spirit of vengeance, but like vengeance, the good kind of vengeance, like the proper dwarven kind of vengeance, not the kind of vengeance where you lose yourself to hatred and blood and like everything dies, but like the measured avenging grudges type. Like these two, oh my god, like this is blowing my fucking mind, dude. This is like watching a What If episode, but it's like just teasers for the episodes instead of the full thing. And I'm like, my mind is like exploding just thinking about it.
This is
like just the two of them button copying. And then here, and then this fucking unnecessary badass. So of course the Empire is getting absolutely wrecked by the Beastmen.
Oh yeah, of course, obviously. The Empire is not gonna be fighting against that. You know, a lot of shit to make him into the Witch King. There's a good Lawhammer episode about it. I see. I mean, I don't doubt that Malekith ended up the way that he did for very good reasons, rather than it just being like yeah, I was always evil the entire time kind of thing. But it's still unfortunate to think about what could have been, right? It's just a what-if scenario, though. It says a lot about Grombrindal. He was willing to forgive his grudge against Malekith during the end times for the sake of the world. Yeah. Because as Sotek said here, that it's like a proper, like, seeking of vengeance rather than just a pure hatred and rage. So he could actually set that aside rather than just immediately cut him down. In one comic, he shows up to save some younger dwarves because their leader was an idiot. He leaves after they're safe. Man, Grombrindle's a cool guy. I just learned about him today, too.
Right?
5 different bad
like,
influences.
We need help.
Gotcha.
We need help. There's nothing we could do. How can we stop the Beastmen? How can we stop Kazrak? Little do they realize the secret war. Because of course the Wood Elves and the Lizardmen wouldn't show up. Most people don't know they exist, and even if they do know they exist, engaging them in diplomacy is really fucking difficult. They don't show up. Like, you can go to them and talk to them and they'll hear you out, but they're not going to come to you ever. Like, they're just going to do their own thing. But there's a concept in Warhammer Fantasy called the Secret War. And the Secret War is basically that the Beastmen and the Wood Elves are always fighting an eternal war across the globe over like the world roots and the sacred places and the deep forest and all this stuff. And it's called the Secret War because nobody knows about it. It's a battle that's entirely fought under, you know, the boughs of ancient trees and
This, I didn't know that nobody else knew about this. I did know in lore that they're kind of natural enemies and they always fight. And the Beastmen are always trying to take like the forest away and stuff like that.
forests that haven't seen light in thousands of years or have never known the touch of civilization, right? So of course they would be the ones fighting against the Beastmen, because even though they're not directly involved in this alliance, they still stand for order and they will take the fight to the children of chaos. So we get this beautiful, like, this fucking amazing scene of a chameleon stalker fighting side by side
Carnosaur in the background.
war dancers alongside a fucking Carnosaur. And then you have Orion shows up blowing the hunter's horn as Wild Riders and Chameleon Stalkers come charging out, and Oxyotl hops up and he's like, yeah, you blow your horn, dude. I'm gonna listen, you blow your horn to make people run faster.
The
I
blow
blow
pipe
my
up a
little stick
Tui.
to kill people instantly and horribly. Because
Oxyotl is such a fun campaign, man.
It's fine. Oh, and like the tree spirits, and then
oh yes. I'm pretty sure I cheered during this scene as well because we got the giant skeleton with laser eyes again. Man, we gotta try Tomb King someday.
What is this? Look at this fucking scene. So you have the Vampire Coast. Oh, this is the Galleon's Graveyard. This is the fucking Galleon's Graveyard. So we have a Necrofex.
Oh, so this is the Galleon's Graveyard is like a little bit south of the donut, right? And that's where Count Noctilus starts, I believe. During my reaction to Luther Harkon's lore, I kind of switched the two.
Colossus.
Pretty sure.
Wait, is that Count? No, that's not Count Noctilus. Of course it wouldn't be because it loses. But so we have the Tomb Kings fighting the Vampire Coast in the Maelstrom. Wait, is this the Maelstrom? It kind of looks like the Maelstrom. It might be in Nehekara, but just really, really cloudy. It's hard to tell. But like you have the of course you have the Tomb Kings going up against the vampires, though different vampires than we're used to seeing them fight. But of course they would fight them.
Is there a particular reason why, of course, yeah, the Tomb Kings will be fighting the vampires, or rather the Vampire Coast? I mean, they are kind of on the other side, so I'm guessing maybe Vampire Coast just raids them a lot. And I think during the end times, it was also kind of a campaign movement in that direction too. Because Nagash, oh, yeah, of course, everything links back to Nagash. Yeah, it's stupid of me to ask. Yep. Oh, hey, Trash Fish. Welcome to stream. Vampire Pirate probably stole a Hekaran coin or something. That would make a lot of sense too. I hate everything related to Nagash, including vampires. And vampires kind of came to be because of Nagash, so yeah, makes sense. Side effect of what Nekarans became. Also, I figure we're still in the Southlands. Vampire Coast would invade, sure, but I don't see Cetra being free enough to invade the graveyard. Oh, yeah. That would make sense. I mean, even Sotek isn't really sure here. It could just be like the lighting and stuff that makes it look like that. High Queen Kalido really hates vampires because of Neferata? She came back from the dead specifically to kill them? No, that's baller. I kind of have a positive relationship with Kalita simply because of how nice she usually is whenever I play Krokgar's campaign, so I wouldn't mind playing as Kalita someday.
Wait, who's that in the background? That
cousin to the first
somebody
vampire.
right there that's kind of hard to see. Who is that? Oh, that's just, I think that's a war. And then we get Grom the Paunch versus Cetra the Imperishable.
Grom
what
versus
a fucking
Cetra.
showdown. Like the ultimate chariot fight. Grom versus Cetra in a big fuck you showdown in the Badlands.
I'm pretty sure Cetra takes that easy, but I mean, Cetra literally beat Nagash at full power when he was like almost a god then at that point, right? During the end times. And Nagash was also cheating, so yeah, I don't think Grom could beat that, but you can try.
Oh my god!
Your choices will decide the fate of this world.
And the chariots destroy each other. And then we can see that, like, yes, the alliance is working, and the alliance gives us a fucking chance. And we have Balthazar Gelt and Zhao Ming.
Whoa, wait a minute. Balthazar Gelt in Cathay? Who would have thunk? Well, I guess maybe in lore he kind of goes over there, so the transition to him currently being there also makes sense. Maybe? I remember Kalita declared war on me while I was playing Krokgar, even though the vampire faction she's fighting with was still strong and at war with her. Rip, dude. Kalita's always been nice to me, but I guess it could also be random. Nephra attempted to turn her into the first vampire, but Kalita called out to the gods to save her as she was being turned. Grom's chariot's better than Cetra's because it needs less micro. In-game. Okay, I see. Grom can cook for Cetra afterwards. I don't know if he can make anything good enough for Cetra to consume. Later, the goddess replaced Kalita's blood with venom. Oh, lovely. Cetra was also boosted by Chaos Juice at the time. Oh, yeah. You're right. There was also that part of the end times where the Chaos Gods kind of boosted him up a little because they thought it was kind of funny. Don't forget, in Lord Cathay wasn't really a thing back then. Oh, yeah. Well, my experience with Warhammer Fantasy mostly comes from the Total War games, so forgive me if I kind of mix the two. Yeah, Cathay is just kind of like a side note, but they probably have more lore than Nippon, right? Never outright stated Gelt visited Cathay, so what they did in-game was kind of updating his lore. Okay, cool.
Two characters who would have fascinating conversations with each other. Not only are they both masters of the Wind of Metal, so they're both aligned with Shaman, the Wind of Metal, and that means because
Shaman is just another name for the Wind of Metal, right? Or is that like some sort of god?
They're both associated with the Gold Wind. There is so much they would instantly understand about one another, and they're both extremely accomplished alchemists. Like, they're both obsessed with the laws of alchemy. Like, Gelt, like, yes, he's the most powerful gold wizard that's ever lived in the Empire, but he's also the most accomplished alchemist that's ever lived in the Empire, which is a big fucking deal. Alchemy is insanely powerful and strong. And so here we get this badass scene where we've got Empire Halberdiers standing side by side with Cathayan Halberdiers, and you have Zhao Ming and Balthazar Gelt together. Dude, the things they would fucking talk about. Like, I feel like Zhao Ming is the only person alive that Balthazar Gelt would willingly reveal his mutations to. Because, like, Balthazar Gelt wears that whole getup because he's mute. He's he was performing alchemy once, and there was an accident and a magical explosion, and we don't know exactly what it did to him, but it's based on like various hints we've gotten. it seems that most, if not all, of Balthazar's Gelt body was transmuted into living gold. We know that his arms are made out of gold, and we know that his vocal cords have been have gold on them, which is why when he talks it has such a distinct tone. It's because
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I always thought he was just wearing a mask. And he was good at alchemy and metal bending, but okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense then.
because like he literally has like metal infused into him, which would actually result in him being executed immediately if it was ever discovered. And the only reason he's able to get away with it is because he's such an influential.
Why would he be executed immediately if it was ever discovered? Is that like forbidden? Was it forbidden magic? Also, I didn't know that all the lores of magic had their own specific name. I never heard them mentioned before, because I've always heard them referred to simply as their particular element. He is wearing a mask specifically to hide his appearance. Okay, so what we see here is the mask, but underneath it is all actually living gold. Mutation is a sign of chaos corruption. Oh. Okay. That makes sense then. Gotcha.
Figure within the colleges of magic that the cults can't touch him easily. But then you've got Zhao Ming, like Zhao Ming's the one person who really
Bruh. All the X-Men would get executed immediately in Warhammer.
wouldn't judge him. Like, Zhao Ming's a fucking dragon. He doesn't care. And also, he tampers with fucking Warpstone. Gelt does not fuck around with Warpstone because he knows how dangerous that shit is. Like, oh my god, I just realized that's such a fucking clever pairing because you have these two alchemists that are obsessed with alchemy and, like, pushing the boundaries of alchemy. Insert Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood reference. And, like, their power over the wind of metal.
The equivalent
but they
exchange,
both
yeah.
are suffering in different ways because of their pursuits. Gelt was not careful enough. He was too ambitious, and he ended up fucking up his body. Like, mentally, Gelt is fine. His mind is completely sound and uncorrupted, but he
Just his physical
ruined his
body.
own body. He transmuted and mutated his own body into, so he mutated. Zhao Ming did not mutate his body because he's a dragon, not a man. He's a dragon, so he is significantly more resistant to corruption. But in his arrogance with messing with so much Warpstone, and also due to his proximity to the Great Maw, Zhao Ming's mind has started to mutate. Like, his mind, he's starting to go insane. And his mind is starting to drift. If you play Zhao Ming's campaign,
Simply from the proximity to the Great Maw? Also, I think the other end of the Great Maw is basically the Galleon's graveyard, right? I think I heard that in lore, or was it the comment sections from Luther Harkon's video? But yeah, I didn't know how that kind of effect on you.
you can actually see a lot of references to this where Zhao Ming talks to himself because he hears voices. And what we've learned from a lot of kind of like background lore, and I've had some conversations with like Andy Hall, who's kind of like one of the main writers that is like publicly able to talk about Cathay lore, is that like it's literally the Great Maw whispering to him. So he has what is like kind of a chaos god in his head. And all of that exposure to Warpstone has genuinely started to affect him mentally. So
okay. So he was snorting that Warpstone dust. Proximity and the Warpstone he ingests. Okay. Gotcha. Burrows straight through the world. One end is the Great Maw itself, and the other is the Maelstrom. I think I probably brought this up in a previous video before, but I remember somebody saying that it's like, it could potentially be just a giant Tyrannid. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
You have a guy who's physically mutated and a guy who's mentally mutated working together, and like, oh my god, the things they could talk about. And of course, we get this beautiful scene of them firing their rocket batteries. So we've got the Cathay
the Cathayans have something similar to the Hellstorm rockets, but it's just like being dragged around by these giant ox. Yeah. Oh, that's cool that we kind of paralleled these two weapons. Fan theory? Okay, gotcha. It's really difficult, especially because there's so many people who want to give me like tips and stuff about the lore to figure out which one is actually true. Yeah, because there's also so many like conflicting lore retellings. So yeah, okay, it's just a fan theory.
Rocket battery followed up by the Hellstorm rocket battery. And just, oh my god,
absolute decimation.
Those Skaven are so
yeah, they're so dead.
So this is obviously, I believe this is Shenyang. And Shenyang is, of course, adjacent to the Warpstone Desert, which is full of Skaven. So, of course, the Skaven are flooding out from Shenyang, but because Gelt and him have fucking teamed up, they're basically walking into Vietnam, but there's no trees to hide behind. And
oh no,
I don't know if this is, I don't know what reference this is to, but this is a generic warlord. It's not one of the special characters, but like they're just getting obliterated. And then this, oh, the final scene, like you've got hell cannons raining down on an alliance of the Empire in Kislev, and look at this shot. You've got Wolf. Okay, so Wolfric. So this is like everybody's come
the
together.
culmination. So you've got
Wolfric,
the final fight.
Wanderer, Archaon the Everchosen, Demon Prince Azazel, Valkia the Bloody. Oh my god. That looks like fucking Sartorial over there. Like, I think it's probably supposed to just be a generic character, but it should be Sartorial. I don't see Village or
who's Sartorial? I feel like I should recognize that name because I've heard it mentioned before. Should have learned not to trust in us chat by now. Well, I do want to at least respect the people who want to give me some advice here and there. You know, we're all human. We make mistakes sometimes. I may certainly make mistakes as well whenever I retell the lore to some of my friends. Or like, you know, reference something that I kind of mix with something else in my head. Triples the amount of entities in each unit, so it's literally 12 Hellstorms in one unit? Oh my goodness, where's Egg? Destruction of computer, man. The Ever Watcher, the first Lord of Change. Greater Demon of Zinch, only true demon we had in game for a long while. Name Greater Demon. Okay. AKA the Blue Chicken. The Flaming Blue Chicken, man. Gotcha.
Festus, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not out here. There's so much going on.
Make the right.
Then you've got Cataran and fucking Gorfrons! And a callback to his first ever trailer, the very first appearance we ever saw.
Yeah, that's right.
Him swooping down on Deathclaw and landing on a rock. And the Deathclaw roars and he's going,
Warhammer 1.
There's a big charge. And look at this! The fucking Griffin Legion charging alongside the Demigriffs with the Bear Cavalry. Oh, just kill me now. It's so fucking beautiful. So beautiful. Going into the Chaos Knights. Oh my god.
Wow. I never realized how much there was packed into this short trailer.
I need this artwork.
That's incredible.
I need this artwork. I need this as a poster. Bellicor versus Karl Franz, a giant throwing some poor bastard. Oh, there's an ogre. Funny, the ogres did not actually make an appearance this trailer, except for right here. We got our ogre representation, guys. The ogres did technically show.
I think the ogres were added in Warhammer 3, weren't they? They were kind of like a pre-order bonus.
What? There's a Morn. They got a Mornfang, or actually, sorry, a Stonehorn.
Or actually, I think they were in the game, but they weren't like a playable faction. They were kind of like mercenaries you could hire, I think.
Rider. So you got a Stonehorn with riders on it. You got a kind of a funky looking Carnosaur with a Scar Veteran, or an Old Blood maybe. We've got High Elves here versus Dark Elves. We've got, oh, they've got the really sexy Dommy Mommy Dark Elf Dreadlord, Dread Lady. I love her design. I don't know what it is, dude. It just does it for me.
I agree with Sotek, not gonna lie. That design is pretty sick. I know exactly which one he's referring to, even though it's kind of like blocking it, but... Mercs in game 2, full in 3. Yeah. announced in Warhammer 2 as a mercenary. They were the pre-order
we've got
faction.
Skaven over
Gotcha.
here. We got like a warlord, and then you got a Ragnarok spider with all the goblins. There's a great unclean one in the background. So yeah, like a lot of really cool representation from the various races.
Everyone is
now that I
here.
think about it, it's kind of funny, the ogre. Oh, and there's even a Cathayan like blimp in the background. Now that I think about it, it's actually really funny that the ogres don't show up at all in the trailer. Like, it kind of makes sense actually, because they're like the true neutral faction that they're like, we'll show up where the money is.
Are the ogres driven mostly by money or also by food? Because I was kind of under the impression that, or maybe I heard it during a lore video somewhere, where there were like some ogres who joined Chaos simply because they couldn't find enough food anymore, and that was the only way. And hunger, both? Okay. 2-hour breakdown for a 3-minute trailer. It's impressive, yeah. Well, I added another hour to that on top of Sotek, so. The one leads to the other. Yeah. Golden Hunger. Actually, there's a video by Pancreas about the ogres. I should check that out too. Mostly food, but they understand money can buy food. It
would have been really fun, I think, to see Scrag or Greasus make an appearance. But overall, like, I guess because of the lack of ogres, I'll give it a 9.9 out of 10, or maybe like a 9.5 out of 10. This is legitimately, I think, my favorite fucking trailer they've ever put out. It's literally just 3 minutes of, or sorry, 2.5, I guess. Well, no, 3, because we get the fucking Chaos Dwarfs at the end. 3 minutes of just pure orgasm. And I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier. All right. So, oh my God, I did not realize how long I've been talking.
I feel you on that, man. Like, when you get super duper into something. I remember back when I initially started playing Warhammer 3. Like, it's kind of dialed down back a bit, but when I first started playing, I never realized how long those streams went on for. I just love the game so much, man.
Okay, so I thought it had been about 20 minutes. It has been about 50 minutes. So I'm going to very, very briefly go through the 2.4 update. It's not that long, so we're just gonna.
Okay, this is probably a good point to dip here, though, because all these updates and stuff are probably just like detailing what's gonna be released with Immortal Empires, I believe, which most of us probably already have experienced. All right, give me a second. Check out the Ogre Maneater minis. Let me see if I can find them. Warhammer Fantasy Ogre Maneater minis. Oh, that's interesting. Let me show this on screen. There we go. What is that? What in the world is that? Oh, pirates? That's actually really fun, how much variety there is. Araby? Araby is on the map, but I don't think the faction is added into Total War. Ogre Kingdom's female man-eater. Ninja man-eater? Oh, I see. You trained right alongside Clan Eshin, right? Oh, that's great. Minis with personality. Yo, what's up, Esme? Ogre believes you are what you eat, so man-eaters take weapons and clothes from where they live and fight. Ah. I mean, that makes sense, considering how important food and money is in their kind of society, their culture. They grew up with it. Next to Ninja is the next ogre character. Oh. I will not pronounce that name. What is that? The background. It's probably like the mouth of some beast. I was gonna say like a great white shark, but it's not quite. Those are the ogres who love to venture almost as much as food. They travel and eventually come back home. I see. What is this? An ogre genie? Some of these minis are actually just really fun to look at. Alright. Cool beans. Bet it's the Meg. Have you guys seen that movie? It's actually pretty awesome if you just take it for what it is. Yeah, that's great. Let's read some of the comments here. Biggest love letter to the series could have asked for. Hell yeah, man. Rest in peace with Scarbrand and his friends, but Gotrek is built different. I guess it depends on which part of the lore you kind of subscribe to. Man. Is that it's quite possible the High Elves literally didn't want to send anyone and Teclis went on his own since he views that as a stupid decision? It's very High Elf to be attacked by the forces of chaos and the Dark Elves, but still be too prideful to ask for help. That makes sense, yeah. Considering what we know of the High Elves and just kind of their position and in regards to their relations with other factions, yeah. There's still time sometimes Warhammer Fantasy goes this way. I'll check and see how long that video is. Empire is Teclis's baby. Guess you could describe them as that. Because doesn't the Empire have a College of Magic because of Teclis too? Fantasy goes this way. I think I have it saved in my watch later. Oh, I searched for it and I only found my own video. What's the channel that made the video, Lich? I can't seem to find it. Oh, there it is. Strange. I only got unrelated stuff. Okay, so this is the tabletop stuff. I've never seen the Warhammer Fantasy tabletop side of things. I do need to learn about it inevitably. Alright, video's a little bit loud. Turn that down. Well, that's an intro. Not a real battle report, too funny to scrap.
Luke and I are
Roger
finally
that.
playing a game Warhammer Fantasy the first time, and I can't even. It's been a long time since we played each other.
We have sigils in the background.
Now it's been.
That's cool.
Like, I'm honestly,
like a month or two.
It's been more than that, dude. It had to be before Christmas. Had to have been.
Yeah, I just actually I haven't played against the Empire in a while.
Yeah. So we're doing 2,000 points of Empire versus
Dark Elves.
Dark Elves. Let's take a look at the armies right now, and we'll throw it on the table. Here is my 2,000 point army. I'm trying the Light Council, so I have a Archlector on a chariot. We also got 3 level 1 mages. So the first guy with the Dispel Scroll has Speed of Light. And then after that we have Shem's Burning Gaze and Time Warp for light spells. We have 10 Inner Circle Knights.
Is it a similar system as with Total War, where you can put equipment onto certain characters and they gain a particular spell or whatever that's linked to that piece of equipment?
38, there's too many here. 38 Great Swords, 38 Halberdiers, an Illuminarch, an Engineer, where is he? There you go. With a Hellblaster and a BSB.
Yeah, roger
Here's
that.
my 2,000 points of Dark Elves. I think I brought something similar to this before. This is more of a 6th edition list when you look at it, though. We've got the 2 flanking Executioner forces. Not very kitted out for 8th edition, but I wanted to try it out anyways. Lords and HQs, or Lords and Heroes, sorry. I got a Supreme Sorceress, and she'll be my general of this game. She'll be a level 4. I've yet to determine her lore. I'll get to that after the army. She's going to have... It is... Oh, man. Sacrificial Dagger. That's what it's called. And Talisman of Preservation. Beside her, we have a Master, my BSB. He's going to have the normal kit out with the Sea Dragon Cloak, Enchanted Shield, Sword of Might, Dawnstone, Heavy Armor for the 1-up rerollable armor save. Behind him, onto...
Yeah, all this is going over my head,
right
but
we got
I can
27
kind of understand it.
They're going to have full command.
Just
The
in,
banner
like,
will
40k
be
terms.
The Eternal Flame, because I try to bring that every game, just in case someone's playing Life. Or, God forbid, Ogres. Beside them, we have Executioners, no command. And the same over here, 10 more Executioners, no command. Just ignore whatever command you do see. Or we have Dread...
What does he mean by, like, no command?
Can't remember their name. Dark Shards. Dread Shards?
Dread Shards.
They have a musician, 10 of them. Over here we have 20 Dread Spears with only musician and banner. 5 Dark Riders with the shields and crossbow upgrades. 5 more Dark Riders, shields and crossbows. 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, and of course the Doomfire Warlocks, which I bring in more and more of, just because I like them so much. And that is, I guess I'm
No
gonna
flags for
randomly determine
champion,
my lore.
okay.
So 1 to 8 will be the normal lores, 9 will be dark. Rerolling anything higher. That's a 10. What are we getting? Oh, come on. 4. That's what I'm playing. That's boring. If you guys watched my last game, I played light. I don't want to play light again. I don't mind light, but God.
No.
Die. Oh, 9. Which is dark. There we go. I'm playing dark. All right. Easy.
Here we are all deployed
Okay.
and vanguarded for battle line because we rolled a 1. I'm just all in online. I have a level 1 here, level 1 there. Well, my level 1's here. Battle Center Bear there. Hellblaster, Engineer in the woods. Chariots in behind. Knights on my flank. Across the field we have Lucas.
Yeah, this is very much like Total War. This is just like me setting up units before a battle.
Vanguarded Dark Shards. We have bolt throwers in each corner. We have executioners by the bolt throwers, and then spearmen. Sorry, dark swords.
Dread Spears.
Dread spears.
Yeah.
I don't need help. I need help. Blackguard
Blackguard
and Dark Shards and Doomfire Warlocks hiding in the rear. What are your spells, sir?
So she's got Word of Pain, Shroud of Despair, Doombolt, and Soul Stealer.
Nice. So let's go ahead and see who is going to go first. I get +1 to the roll because you rolled a 2.
Oh, 1.
Interesting. Can I roll a 2?
You can.
Dang it, that's not good.
3.
Can I roll 4 up? No.
Oh, I'll take first turn. No charge to declare. Let's roast some elves. You know what? I got nothing to do with move phase.
Oh no.
That army's worth more than YPC. October Saint, a few weeks ago, I would be in the same situation as you. Yeah, all these minis are so expensive. I don't know if I could ever play the tabletop physically. The most I'd probably ever do is like buy one particular model that looks really, really cool and just have it on a desk or something.
Yeah.
I guess you are magic machine gun.
I got my magic machine gun here and 1 Hellblaster. Now, it would have been a lot dirtier if I brought cannons. and
Roger
steam
that,
tanks,
Lich.
But that would have been gross. So let's just stay put and roast. So let's go right to the magic phase. Wins the magic will be 2d6. I got a 6. Luca gets 5.
Okay, wins a magic phase. So it's going to be similar to how 40k was kind of set up with all the different kinds of phases where you would pull particular moves out. I think actually 40k got rid of the psychic phase or whatever it was called. They used to have that, but it's now just all in the attack phase. Or I could be getting it mixed up. It's been a while, but yeah. There was also a lot of info in that video.
Channel. Nope.
1 die for the Luminarch. So I'm at 7. And I have 4 channels for 2 more.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm thinking we're just gonna 6 dice banishment.
Nope. Interesting.
Lucas try to stop it with 3 dice.
I do.
And he does. So I'm gonna
Very
do
likely
Shinsbury
Lizardman
Muse
Mini.
onto them with my last 3 dice.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And I stop it.
That's not some good rolls. All right, let's go right to the shooting phase. It's fun how many shots we're gonna get onto these dark shards. We got 2,
Misfire.
10,
Oh.
and 4. And we'll be hitting on 4s for range because the. Oh, you're dead.
Oh yeah, 2's the kill here.
Yep.
Rip.
That's all of them.
Yeah, even with the 4 up. Nothing in range to panic.
Strength 5, armor piercing. Yeah, no panicking. We get them off the board.
You did.
Oh
that's
dang,
my
they're just
turn.
straight up
That's one
dead.
thing you wanted to do done.
That's true. I got one of them down.
I have
Would have been nice to kill both of them, but you know,
0
roll a bunch of
charges.
ones. 0
Not a
charges,
single
not a
charge.
single charge. And clip clop, they take off on my flank.
The only reason I buy these models is to put them on my shelves to deter females. That's as good a reason as any, man. A good investment.
Yeah, Executioner's gonna do the march.
Okay, yeah. We move
be careful.
based on inches as well.
More Executioners. No, backing up a bit.
Correcting myself to want to block my Reaper Bolt Thrower. That's what it's called.
And the Hatred Masters.
Black
the Blackguard. Masters of all hatred. And finally the Doomfire Warlocks.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going yet.
Somewhere to die. Somewhere to die.
Somewhere to die.
Here comes Doomfire. Oh, no, they're hiding behind.
Yeah, they're just gonna hide behind.
This side.
Yeah,
That takes us to the Winds of Magic.
I forgot to channel for them last time, but it didn't matter. Channel now. No.
Oh.
That's my wins. This is my channel. We got 2 dice.
Oh, Luca. Okay, we have 4 channels. I got more dice than you.
Twice in a row.
What you gonna cast with the 2 dice?
I got Sacrificial Dagger.
That's true.
Yeah.
2 dicing Doom Bolt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against the what's it called there?
Hellblaster.
Hellblaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need a 8+. Okay, that was pretty good.
Okay, the only way I can stop this is roll a 15 on 3 dice. I think I'd rather...
15 on 3 dice?
I have no dice left.
We're supposed to, yeah.
Okay, I got Doom, Word of Pain, Shroud, Doom Bolt, and Soul Stealer.
I'm gonna scroll it now.
Ooh. Alright.
Yeah, there goes the scroll. On to shooting.
I'll start with this Bolt Thrower.
Yep.
6 shots into that.
Okay, yeah, so assuming it's like in Total War, use a scroll. It's a one-time use per battle. It's gone now.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I got cover. Hitting on 5s for cover and range. 3 hits, strength 4, wounding on 6s.
6s to killed one guy.
Got 1.
Attempt.
Nice.
Not bad.
Pair of 6s.
2 6s. No.
No,
Crap.
no. They're gonna fire 10 shots into it. Hitting on 6s. Moved, light cover, and range.
We some 6s. We got
We
1.
got 1 6. Look at that 6.
And no.
Nope. And that concludes Luca's turn. I've got no charges to declare, but I do want to make way a little bit here. So we are going to move a little bit. So these 2 things are going to move forward. Just like that. This guy's going to shoot over to there. Now these guys, I'm not sure if I want to... I gotta move these guys so that this thing can pivot and fire at them. But I'm not sure if they go forward or go back.
Okay, he has to move them because it requires direct line of sight. So it's exactly like the unit that we have in Total War, where yeah, it's also direct line of sight. It's not a Hellstorm rocket battery, but yeah.
I want them to not go
It's one of those
neither. I want
volley
them to
gun
stay right
things.
there. We're gonna go forward. They do walk forward, and now we're gonna march. Ooh, wait. We might march these guys. We will not be marching those guys. We'll reroll that for the BSB. Yeah, we'll march them. And that'll take us to Winds of Magic. So we're gonna get 5.
Got pretty low wins this game.
Yeah.
Channels.
No, well, I have 4 channels. Get nothing, but I get +1 for 6 dice. We're gonna banishment into the Blackguard. I'm changing my plan. I'm gonna let them go. Gonna let them go.
Ah, you got it.
Okay. So it's 2d6. Oh, strength 7. A wounding on 2s. Oh, it's 12 dead.
12 dead right there.
You could not ask for a better roll.
That was perfect.
And then the miscast is innate, so nothing happens as we go on to
Oh
shooting.
my god.
Well, let's light him up with a volley gun. Let's find out
Of
how many
course, there's
shots.
also miscasting.
6.
Good start.
18.
Even better.
Misfire. Reroll for the engineer.
2.
18. Those 18 shots will be hitting on 4s for range. And killing on 2.
Twos make him dead.
So 3, 6, 8 more.
There goes my unit.
That is a huge wall of them.
Oh, I knew that Hellfire was gonna be a pain.
Well, things are sitting pretty for me in the Empire right now.
That's what I get for bringing a 17-year-old list.
I'm sure you did. Oh, dude. So, Light Council didn't do anything.
I mean, I guess it happens really in any game. You can't really bring your favorite sometimes if the meta has already moved on. Looking at you, Yu-Gi-Oh!
First turn, second turn did 12 casualties, and that's like best case scenario. I guess I didn't really need the Light Council to do that. I only needed 1 wizard to do that, do 1 on 2s.
Is this strength 4?
Yeah.
Well, 3s.
No.
Oh, one other wizard, one other
If I bring one other wizard, it would be in strength 5, winning on 2, I had no save either
it's
way.
super good against
So far, the
monsters.
Light Council, yeah.
But you just bring cannons for that too, right?
That's true. And part of that, I have a problem against monsters. Well, charge to declare.
Ooh. I'm gonna go for it anyways. It's probably a bad idea.
Try to break my back here. Happened to Batman once, so you
I
never
mean,
know.
I don't think you come back from this fight already.
But you
but-
might be my bane.
We're gonna charge into the
Flee.
Halberdiers. Are they gonna flee?
No.
Yeah, I
We'll
don't
hold.
think so.
We'll hold.
I don't think I have any other charges. Do I?
Are we gonna back him up?
I feel like most people who play tabletop games will just get a 3D printer. Nowadays, it's just much easier to do your own thing rather than pay some overpriced prices to a company that may or may not like you.
Yeah, we're going to. Oh, yeah, let's see what we got here.
Okay.
9. No, dice! That's just
No.
the start of the game. Oh. Go.
Oh man.
That's
I don't think
brutal.
charging the halberds with that
so
unit is
bad.
going to be good. Yeah.
Oh.
Alright,
Remaining
remaining
moves.
March block on them. Their March block?
Oh,
they are! They are!
Oh, no.
What's going
That
on?
was the only thing I had that could have gone right there and be like, save me 1 turn, please.
What is this?
Let me get into a better position. But no, these Dark Riders are just like, hey, let's go over here.
Oh my
I'm
god.
get in front of some Orsies.
Oh, not them.
That
So I gotta back up.
back
No, I
him
don't
up.
want to. I'm in range for my spells. Bleh.
Bleh.
Bleh. We'll go.
Destroyed. These rolls have not been good. Especially compared to Warhammer, Battletech is super customer friendly. Good to hear that at least some companies care. Maybe. Or maybe they at least treat their player base like they're actual people. As long as you don't want to play in official events, oh yeah, totally. If you're just playing with your friends, you might as well.
4 and 5, because why not? I'm gonna go.
Marching them.
Don't know. So we'll say yes. And we'll go like that.
Yeah, backing them up.
Yeah.
Interesting
Have to do
formation
for
we got
very
here.
Long and wide.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
Get, oh no, we're going through, skirting through, snaking through.
Yeah, but I can't quite make it.
Trying to stay out of the arc of the halberdier, so they are going to go around and go wide. And that takes us to the Winds of Magic. Winds are going to be 7.
A little better.
There's the 2 channels again.
My 2 for nothing. All right.
Gonna soul stealer off my great swords over here.
Yeah.
Gonna use 3 dice.
3 dicing it.
Oh,
I do get it because of the +5.
do you want to sacrifice somebody?
Ooh, I could. Might as well. Yeah, sure.
She kills one of her.
Let's kill a guy.
Yep.
On 4 up, I get an extra die. Okay, let's kill a guy, and on 4 up, I get an extra die. Steve.
What's going on?
Steve. Let's kill a guy and get an extra die.
Oh
Let's kill a guy and get an
no.
extra die.
Oh no.
Let's kill a guy and get an extra die.
What the fuck?
For you,
No!
Steve. Let's kill a guy and get an extra die. No. At this point,
Panic test.
oh yeah. Panic.
God.
Panic. No,
Is this possible? How is this possible?
The VSB's in range. VSB's in range. There's. I can see. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going. Whatever. Screw this game.
I don't blame you, man. What the heck was that? What? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess everything was leading up to that. We were getting some really unlucky rolls till then, but like, my god, I have not seen the likes of that. It was like a 4 up, right? So it was just a 50-50. Like, how many did we miss? Just in a row. Oh, and they broke too. This is so sad. Nuffle is not with him that day. I have no idea who Nuffle is, but yeah. Nobody was with him that day. That was his general and most powerful unit that ran away because they got freaked out when she butchered 6 dudes with a sacrificial dagger for seemingly no reason. Oh god. The Empire lost 1 dude? I guess Sigmar was with them. Oh man. Honestly, I wasn't too sure if I'd like understand exactly where this battle was going, so I was trying pretty hard to learn on the fly here, but yeah. I'm pretty sure anybody can understand how many unlucky rolls that was. Some guy in the comments summed it up a great way. Sometimes I just like to come back and watch this 5 years ago. Perfect. Yeah, lots of comments. Just people really enjoying it. Oh, man. Just, I guess that's a unique joy of playing tabletop games. I've never actually played any, and we're going to start very soon playing a D&D campaign, which will be our very first experience, so that's pretty exciting to look forward to. I need to find the something I comment? No worries, Lich. I guess you could leave it as maybe a comment under this stream once we're done. Yeah, I probably had to scroll down a bit far for that one. Whew. Regardless, though, I think that was a pretty fun stream, not gonna lie. We learned so much today about the lore. Hopefully I retained quite a bit of it. and hopefully next time Sotek will be here to continue the co-op campaign. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed your time here, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later, dudes.